Blaine's always been kind of a bitch. Hey, guys, what's up? Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Bernie.
I'm Miles.
That was a weird order, wasn't it? I'm Gavin.
I'm Barbara.
Barbara could have done it, but she didn't do it. And
I gave pause just in case.
Our sponsors for tonight are Fortnite, Jersey Mike's, and Me Undies.
We
More
actually
about
got
them
Jersey
later in the
Mike's?
podcast.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm so excited
finally!
about that because I almost tweeted.
That's legit.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's is always tweeting at us with fanfare stuff. And I was wondering, I wonder if we'll ever get Jersey Mike's as a sponsor for any of our stuff. Sure enough, come in today.
You know, they sent in a onesie for Michael and Lindsay's baby for Iris.
Really?
Yeah, they sent in a little, it said like mini sub on it, and it had like a little
I
Jersey
don't
Mike's
support
logo.
cannibalism. That's fucked up.
Wow. Babies are delicious, though. They look delicious.
very tender.
I've always said that. All right, speaking of stuff on Twitter that aggravates me, not that Jersey Mike aggravates me, but I had to talk to Tyler about this. Tyler, somebody wrote to me, they watched the RTAA about my friends in college who I knew who dog-napped Texas A&M's mascot. And they thought it was just a made-up story. And then they looked it up and they saw this article from, I don't know, it was from My Aggie Nation, which I guess is traditions in Texas A&M. And one of the things it mentioned was that Reveille was dog-napped in 1993, and then specifically mentioned the felony charges that they were threatening, the university was threatening my friends with at the time, which freaked them the fuck out. You know, because they're college kids, you get level a felony at them, it's going to ruin their careers and their lives.
Well, how long was it for? Like, wasn't it like 2 to 10 years or something like that?
Yeah, it was because Reveille was Reveille's the name of the A&M mascot. It's a collie, a border collie, right?
Well, yeah. If anybody is not familiar with Texas A&M, like it's a good school. Like it's a good school if you can get past the fact that it looks like 1980s Moscow on campus. That the best restaurant they have in town is the Dixie Chicken. And what else is great? Oh, I had a friend once say that if the world was to have an enema, the hose would be attached in College Station. Now, it's when we're talking about this dog specifically, this dog is the head of the Corps of Cadets at Texas A&M.
That's kind of weird. Which Reveille is that? 13 or 12? I can't see the number.
Third.
So that dog
it looks like the third. But
is
that's
bred from
oil
incest. Did you know that, Bernie?
It's what?
It's bred from incest. Like
all right, we're going down a trail here.
No, I'm not even making fun. Like that's a true story. Like it's inbreeding. Like that's dog number 8. Same. Just brothers and sisters.
Oh,
just so we're not throwing like full shade at Texas A&M University.
Right.
They were our biggest rival. Well, our biggest rival is Oklahoma, but A&M, we were their biggest rival, right? For
Correct.
years and years. Then they left our conference, went to the SEC. I remember when they did that, I was like, good luck. You guys are going to get hammered.
And they still are, yeah.
Well, but they had, like their first year, especially in the SEC, they did really well.
Yeah,
But we
Johnny
don't,
Manziel and that whole thing. So,
we don't really play them anymore as a result, which kind of sucks, because in their fight song, it references the University of Texas.
Oh, the whole thing is like, with all due respect to A&M, it's a great school, but it's the world's worst case of penis envy. I mean, the whole song is about beating Texas. They go to a place called Fish Camp, which they get brainwashed, I mean, and the thing with the dog is crazy. Like everything in Texas A&M is a tradition. So like when the dog comes into class and barks.
Wait, why the fuck does the dog come into class?
Because the person taking care of the dog,
logic,
it is like a revered position in the Corps of Cadets, whoever's the keeper of Reveille. And goes everywhere with that person.
You can use that at a party like, hey, I pick up that dog shit on the weekends. Here's my number.
Listen, yes.
No.
Probably.
Yes,
absolutely.
There's one where if the dog in the barracks, if it jumps into bed with you, you have to sleep on the ground.
Oh, sorry.
This is the thing.
And the dog barks. They have to dismiss class.
Yes.
That's a tradition.
You have to leave.
Yeah.
No, true story.
True. That's true.
Hey, that sounds like a really great way to get everyone in the room to antagonize a poor dog.
Yeah, rile it up, man.
Which Texas A&M is an institution that is very storied in tradition.
Yeah.
They value tradition. One of the fucking traditions they have is stealing our mascot. The Bevo is named Bevo because A&M students stole Bevo. They've branded the entire side of the cow. Entire side with the score of the last game, which was 13-0. And supposedly, the legend goes, university students took the 13-0 and reworked that into the word Bevo. And that's where the mascot got its name.
Well, Aggies have always been good at screwing things up. So, like, they fucked up the 13.
Bevo, there he is.
Such a sad mascot.
So, basically,
America is such a weird country. I don't understand.
So what they did was it was 13-0, so 13 v 0, but they put the 1 and the 3 too close together, so it was BVO.
BVO.
Bevo. So their screw up led to the most recognizable mascot and most profitable mascot
Tyler, you're
in
going to
the
give people
country.
the impression you don't like A&M.
No, they're fun. Like, you have to have the bad to enjoy the good, and they're just goofy little people. They're a lot of fun.
Can I just point out that it looks like Tyler's giving a TED Talk right now? Like,
Let me tell you about
Getting
Texas
swole.
A&M.
Or he's a flash done.
They're good people, though, really. They're great.
I got fired up, though, because these guys I knew in college, they dog-napped Reveille. It was very funny, but then the university went into panic mode after they had bragged for years, constantly, that our mascot has never been stolen. I think they even said theirs was the only NCAA mascot that had never been stolen.
That is asking for it.
Yeah, come on.
They're just butthurt, and it's to threaten kids with like
Felony
a
charge.
felony. That's ridiculous. I mean, they weren't harming the dog. If they had done something to the dog, that's a different story. But just kidnapping the dog, and let's be honest here, they did the dog a favor. If that dog was to be anywhere in the world, would it rather be in College Station or the #1 dog city in the country in Austin? It can go everywhere. Go down to the
Spend a
lake.
vacation on Lake Travis.
Barton Springs. We got dog restaurants. You know, I don't think they have those yet in College Station.
we have dog restaurants?
Yeah.
Not in 1993, we did.
There's a restaurant called Yard Barker on Burnett Road where you can take your dog. They have little dog ice cream. Like, it's a ton of fun.
All right, well, now you're making us sound stupid. Now you're making us sound like idiots.
This place rules. It's like, hey, do you have a dog that you just either want or need to have with you all the time, but you also want to go out and be a social, alcohol drinking, fun person? Come to Yard Bar, where we have a little pen for the dogs, can do their thing, give them a little ice cream, shut them up, have your drink. It's cool. I like Yard Bar.
It's great.
Go there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, stealing college mascots has been happening for years, decades, and it's happened multiple times. A&M students stealing the University of Texas mascot. Leveling those felony charges was, I thought, a super low-class move. And I thought it actually put their dog in danger because I know it sent those guys into a panic mode. They didn't know how to get the dog back.
Well, how are you going to give the dog back? You turn over the dog, they're going to know it was you and slap some cuffs on you. I mean, I don't know what you... It's just...
No, you know what they did? They had it tied to a tree at Lake Travis. They called a radio show. I believe it was a sports talk radio show. Yeah. And then they were hiding, watching to make sure the dog was okay so that somebody came and got the dog. Because if they called and somebody thought it was a prank, the dog's fucking tied to a tree out at Lake Travis.
How close do you
Get one of
think
those
they came?
amoebas in the nose. Who knows what could happen at that
How
point.
close do you think they came to just hitting it with a shovel and burying it?
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
I can tell
I
you
bet it
they
went through
never
their
came
head.
close
What
to
on
that.
the what? Why
They
would your first idea not just be like let it go? The dog's not going to snitch on you, Gavin.
There's like a million
That's
places
the
you
one.
could take
You
a
ate
dog.
too much, dog.
You could take
The
it to
dog
a
barks at
shelter,
him and then class
somebody else's
dismissed.
house,
It'll
leave it on the
probably
courtroom
make
steps, you know?
Sniffing actions at them in a lineup. It might.
Maybe you could just
Dogs
say
are smart.
you like me or something. Or put treats in the other suspects' pockets.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to go about
There's a
this.
lineup, and they're like, who did it, girl?
Who did it? Oh, class dismissed.
Yeah, investigation's over. The dog barked. Here's all I'm saying. This 1993, if memory serves, and this is now going to be the 25th anniversary of when that happened next year, next December. I think Texas A&M University and the Corps of Cadets should issue a formal apology for overreacting and trying to scare college kids with a potential felony charge for doing something that they had done multiple times.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
Anyways,
Tyler, I
A&M's a
enjoyed your
great
TED
school.
Talk.
Yeah, so appreciate it.
Hey Tyler,
Yeah,
you're looking real good in that tank, bro. All
thanks. I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm out of here.
right, bye.
Are you really? You
Take
going
your
straight
shirt
to the
off.
gym from here?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going to sit here and talk for an hour and a half and drink beer.
I can't think of the last time I went to the gym. I think it's been a fortnight. Is that how Gus does it? Is that how he segues into our ad reads? Because I got an ad read. I'm going to fucking
No,
read
that's
this
not
right
at all
now.
how Gus does it.
All right, that was more of a Lawrence Sontag one. Hey! This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Fortnite. Fortnite is an action-building online game that includes elements of co-op RPG. It also allows players with vastly different gameplay styles to team up. Whether they like shooters, survival games, building, or support, players can have a great experience together. Fortnite is now available in paid early access on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Mac with open free access in 2018. Find out more at Fortnite.com. That's Fortnite.com. And be sure to check out some of the Let's Plays we've done in the game from Achievement Hunter, Funhouse, and us and the RT Podcast's Let's Play. Suck it, Gus.
That was way better than
Very
Gus.
good.
No, you did way better than Gus.
Also a better segue,
Although
even
I'm
though
pretty sure I
you
burped
didn't
into
think
the
it was
mic
good.
during. That's sponsored.
So Fortnite as a term in America, not widely used, I found out.
What does it mean?
Nor is
Means-
thrice.
correct me
2
if I'm
weeks.
wrong. It
2
means
weeks?
2 weeks,
2 weeks.
right?
Yep.
Supposedly it comes from the term 14 nights.
No,
I would
makes
believe
sense.
that.
Yeah.
It's just like it was like the LOL of Old English.
Yeah.
I just
Do
want to
you-
shorten that shit. No one had time for 14 nights. Get the fuck out of here.
Use Fortnite in the UK? Ever?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, I didn't really.
We'll do it in a fortnight.
I heard it often.
How often in your life are you making references to doing something in 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, right? Well, it is helpful because there is always that debate about we're recording this podcast on a Monday.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do something Monday, August 4th, 5th, or 6th?
Yep, that's the one.
If we're going to do
maybe
something
the
that Monday,
7th.
do you call that next Monday or do you call that Monday? Hey, Barb, let's go out for drinks Monday or next Monday?
If today is Monday, so I would say next Monday.
You would say next Monday.
If it was like tomorrow, I would say Monday. And once the day has passed, that's when you could start saying
See, it's
that day.
confusing though, right?
I fuck it up all the time. I'm constantly saying next Monday or next whatever, just because in my
don't know
mind
why
it's
next-
literally the next one.
And I would say you want to do it Monday, you go, or next Monday. See, to me, it's like the
Well, I
coming
know-
Monday is Monday.
Either would work if it was
literally
Monday
means
today.
the next Monday.
No, I don't think so.
I think it does.
So if I said, hey, let's do something next Tuesday, do you think I mean tomorrow?
No. I would think you mean next week.
Yeah.
Damn it.
There we go, Gavin.
I feel like we had
There's a weird blurred line
I think the
that
day
I don't
has to
appreciate
pass
it.
before
Off
it
topic
makes
had a
sense.
big argument about this recently.
Is that true?
And I don't think we agreed on anything.
It lasted 2.5 hours.
I didn't
It was
the whole
mainly about
context.
this Monday. Next Monday.
Oh, when you're like, let's do something, or like this week,
Yeah.
or this
Like if I said, hey,
weekend?
Barb, let's go for drinks this Monday.
Today?
My brain just went, what?
Yeah.
I would think you mean a week from now.
But it can
Because
also-
we are already on Monday.
Yeah, this Monday. Yeah.
If you were like, let's do it today, I'd be like, well, I know what that means.
if you said, hey, do you want to go for drinks on Monday? I said, this Monday or next Monday? Then that means the coming one
I'd
or
be
the
like,
one
that's the
after?
same day.
Yeah.
but
At this point, I asked you for
Monday,
dates.
this can also
Yeah, I'm
be in
just
the
trying to ask
past.
Barbara out. That's what we're getting at.
This can be in the past.
Would it?
This can't be in the past.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you can't. It was this Tuesday.
Yeah.
When you refer to the Tuesday that just happened.
The way you said it with the
right.
inflection, right?
Yeah, no, I
But you're
know.
still using the same words.
I know, right?
Right. When did that happen? Monday.
This
happened this
Monday.
Monday.
I would say this last Monday.
This last.
I would never say this Monday.
What about this past Monday?
It's like, when did it happen? Happened Monday. I wouldn't say it happened this Monday.
I would.
You would? I don't know if you would.
I don't believe you.
No.
I don't believe
I
you.
think you're wrong,
I
actually,
don't like
Barbara.
it.
I think you're more of a past Monday woman.
But if I said Monday fortnight, then we know exactly what that means.
Have you ever heard of the phrase, let's do it Monday week?
No.
We
says
say a
that?
week from Monday in America.
Is that a British thing? Or is that-
You know, a week from Monday.
Well, no, but Monday week?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
means, yeah, exactly.
So what
the
if
same
someone
thing.
today said a week from Monday?
Tuesday next.
What would it mean?
I also get confused about a couple is definitely 2. A few is, I think, is supposed to be 3. It
3 or
gets
more.
It gets muddy.
I fuck up a couple a lot. I'll say, like, yeah, I got a couple of. Wait, what am I referring to? I got a couple of amiibos back at my place. I don't know why I'd ever say that. But, like, I'm referring to, like, a
Nerd.
handful of amiibos, not specifically 2.
I wanna go hard.
I fuck it up. I fuck it up a lot.
Yeah.
I know I'm wrong.
Or like
I
I'll
know
see you in
I'm
a couple days from now. That doesn't necessarily mean 2.
I'm just imagining Miles and the dude with the dog from A&M in a bar together. One guy's like, I cleaned up the shit of the dog, and Miles there, I got a couple of amiibos back at my place.
Yeah.
I got the gold
I
Mario.
got Gold Mario. What do you think about that hot stuff?
What would you think if I said, let's do something a month Monday?
A month, Monday.
If you had, like, a stroke or something.
saying, I don't
Are you
make
okay?
I would don't make plans that far in advance.
It's 20 days.
I would say 28 days. To me, a month is 4 weeks, even though I know that's not right. That's just how I do the calculation in my head.
And a month Tuesday is 21 days.
What is
Just-
no?
that's me.
These aren't.
What do you?
It's just like the British school system.
I was trying to see how far I could go with it.
No, yeah, no, I don't believe you for a second. Yeah, but it gets confusing, and I think that's like one of the things that's tough about learning the English language is all the contextual stuff. Like even Miles just saying it's slightly different.
Yeah.
I completely understood exactly what you were saying. But you don't get that. You don't get inflection and tone and context when you're learning a language.
Or in
You're
writing.
fucking-
Like if you tweet something or text something.
Ooh, that's gotten me in trouble. I think it's gotten a lot of people in trouble when you text something or tweet something and you've got an inflection in your head, but it doesn't quite come
I have that
across.
with email constantly.
Yeah.
I'm always like, here's a cheeky, sarky email. And then,
Well, when
and
you
then
respond-
2 weeks later, someone's like, that was
Hey,
such a
cheeky, sucky email.
sarky, like sarcastic.
If you respond to an email that says nah, of course we're gonna take
Yeah.
that as you being rude.
In my head, it's like, nah.
I do that all the time. I'd be like, yeah, fuck you.
Thing.
I say that all the time in emails.
Yeah, nah. It's like, yeah, you want to do this thingy for thingy? I'm like, nah.
Especially a big, long explanation of why it's important. Everything is right back. Nah.
You guys are jerks.
See,
But
because of that.
I'm actually saying yes. I'm just being funny. And
Well,
saying,
you're being
"Eh."
fine. Gavin's actually just saying nah.
Yeah.
No.
Like, hey, we're going to approve the new vacation policy for the whole company. It's going to allow people to take as much vacation as they need. It'll improve morale and all this stuff. They send to the executive management staff, and I try back, nah. Forget about it. Who needs
But
that?
in person, that would be funnier than just NAH in an email.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Because of that, I now use
What happened?
What's wrong with you?
It came right up.
You tried to drink it. Beer was like, nah.
Hey, Miles, you want to pass me over? I
And you want to hand it over? So,
Don't get your beer
because of that, because of my fear of constantly being misunderstood as being like upset or something, because I knew a person that they couldn't stand if I just responded with sure, because they were like, oh, it sounds super passive aggressive.
okay.
I was like, oh no, I mean it's like, yeah, sure, but they took it as sure.
You had
every time.
So you either had
So-
to add the exclamation point or an
an
emoji.
LOL.
Oh.
See, emojis too, but like I don't even
fine.
use lol as like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I personally, I think it's kind of stupid. LOL. Just so it doesn't come across as personally, I think it's kind of stupid.
See, for me, I feel like the LOL comes off as passive aggressive a lot.
LOL?
People, yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I feel like
when you say that, do I
No,
write
I'm
LOL?
just looking around the room and conversation. You never
LOL
use LOL.
to me in that context is like you're smiling at me while you're insulting me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
like Ellie did to you on the Thursday podcast.
What she did to you?
She was very properly tearing Gavin down. It was
Oh,
wonderful
good.
to watch.
Dude, so many people agreed with me. I was impressed.
No, they did. It was evenly split.
What was
Yeah.
she getting on you about? Not to
It
rehash.
was like
old
it was like a
topics, but-
British prize fight. They were both talking about etiquette for about 20 minutes, and it was one of the most entertaining discussions of etiquette that
pretty
I've ever heard.
glorious.
I would have to
it
watch
was
that.
it was a good back and forth.
You guys did like a one-on-one podcast, right?
Yeah,
How'd that go?
Yeah.
Oh, that went really well.
Do you feel like
people liked it.
Got a lot of positive feedback on
too
it.
crowded now?
Yes, too much talking. Way too much talking.
Nah.
I know, Gav, I know you know this story, but Miles, when between the time I was divorced and I met Ashley, when I was dating in there, one of my favorite things I heard was a girl who over text didn't want to talk to me anymore. She said, "It's so hard to talk to you. I never know what you're thinking because you don't use emojis." That's
Yeah.
literally what she said. She was dumb. I miss her.
Do you think she liked the Emoji Movie?
Dude.
Yeah, you. Bernie, I have a question.
Yeah,
I know you.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter what, even if your kids begged you to take them to the Emoji Movie, you still wouldn't do it. But you went there.
Their mom sabotaged me. That was
Oh.
us at the Emoji Movie, crying.
Emoji
Their mom
Movie?
sabotaged me because they're going on vacation, and so I was like, "Hey, I'd love to spend some time with the kids this weekend." She goes, "Yeah, no problem." Because we have a real flexible thing where it's like,
Yeah.
if I know I'm not going to see them for a week, it's like want to bank up my days with El kiddos. And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." She didn't tell me
Oh,
that she
no.
had bought them all like 10 kids tickets to go see the Emoji Movie.
10
And then
kids?
Ashley took the bullet with me. We all went and saw the Emoji Movie.
Suicide Pact.
Doesn't
style,
that thing
going
have
in together.
a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's so terrible. It's so friggin' terrible.
They wanted to license a clip from YouTube to use in that movie. I don't think I ever responded to them.
Oh no, I know exactly where they would have gone.
But yeah, I guess I'm glad I didn't.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of apps featured in the movie as well.
Yeah.
And some of the lines are just so fucking
What is it
bad.
even about? A bunch of
So-
emojis come to life and then wreck shit?
There's so much wrong with this movie. So TJ Miller, who was on one of the smartest shows on TV, Silicon Valley. Great fucking show. And he plays such a great pivotal character in that show. And then he gets in this Emoji Movie and Deadpool and other stuff as well. But he specifically referenced when he quit Silicon Valley that he doesn't want to do things like play the same character over and over again for 6-7 years. He wants to parasail into the Cannes Film Festival, which he fucking did, for the Emoji Movie because that's, I'm paraphrasing here from memory, but he said that's what's next in funny. Like, that's the next big thing in comedy.
Did he also say that women aren't funny?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I could have sworn I saw an article.
I think it's like every male comedian says that at some point, like tries to like make that point and embarrasses themselves. But then I'm watching this. So TJ Miller's character is the meh emoticon.
Oh, he's like the main guy.
Yeah, he's like meh,
TJ.
which you could just sell too. It's like this. The whole movie feels, you can feel the pitch in the boardroom at Sony Animation where they're like, yeah, let's make it about emojis and this won't be like a classic narrative, just follow this guy. And
What
it's like,
is the plot line, though?
so this guy, this meh icon, and the reason why he's probably the main character, wow, 7%.
God.
See, there he is in the middle there, the meh icon, or emoji.
Is that poop behind him?
Yeah, that's Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
Yeah.
good no.
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
I think James Corden plays High Five, too. The High Five icon.
They've got their...
It's terrible the whole way around. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It's really terrible. It's not ironically terrible. It's just terrible. It's really a bad movie.
Can I make a guess as to what the moral of the story is?
Go ahead.
That you don't have to play the role that you're dealt.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I don't
That'd be
even
my
know.
guess.
It could be.
Like, he doesn't want to be a meh. Because he was all like, look, I can be happy. And then they had a fucking...
Well, that's why he gets in trouble is because he makes other faces besides meh. There you go.
Yeah.
And
There we
then,
What is the target audience for this movie?
Oh, listen, the kids in the audience were entertained by it. They
don't
were-
give a fuck what they
Yeah, they don't
watch.
give a shit what they watch.
Yeah, no.
God.
They don't give a
I
shit.
loved watching those like straight to video Disney movies that are terrible. As a kid, I was like, "Fuck yeah, Return of Jafar! Iago's got 2 songs."
I don't
Bloody
remember.
Love Return of
I
Jafar.
don't
Loved
remember a bad Disney movie as a kid.
The straight to DVD or VHS ones.
I didn't see a lot of sequels. I didn't see like
They're
like
not good.
Cinderella 2 or Little Mermaid 2 or
they're
whatever
not
the fuck
good.
they had there. I don't know.
Pretty much everyone is like, and then the children of the last heroes learned the same lesson that their parents did.
And it's never the same cast. Like they replaced Robin Williams with Homer Simpson.
But he
He came back in the
Back
third
in the-
one
yeah.
for whatever reason.
He was falling out with Disney for a while there.
Well, he was super because you know what the whole drama with Aladdin was with Robin Williams, right? So Robin Williams was going to be in Hook. That was coming out around the same time, and
Hey,
he was
Sir Robin Williams? Is he
no,
I
just
think it's
Robin
so.
Williams. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
So
saying
Robin
or whatever.
Got it.
Robin Williams was going to
I
be
also thought, but then I reheard it in my
in Hook. Very excited about that film. Very much want to promote that film. Disney's like, hey, but like, be the genie. And he apparently agreed to it because he was assured that it was just a bit like side part.
Yep.
And he wasn't going to be like a huge part of the movie. It was Aladdin's story. It was Jasmine's story. And the genie was just there for some like comedic effect.
I think he took a rate well below what he normally takes. I think he did that movie for like $800,000, which for Robin Williams is, you know.
and for a movie that big.
I'll look it up and see what he actually took.
So, but then him being Robin Williams, like he's in the booth and he goes off on his whole thing where he's going to do a bunch of like pop references and funny voices because that's just who he is and what he'll do in front of a hot mic. And the directors and writers went, fucking keep that take.
this
We'll
is the movie.
animate a bunch of bits. We'll add it all in because this is really, really funny.
And it was like marketed around the genie a lot of the time.
And then it came out and Robin Williams was pissed.
Sorry, was way off. In gratitude for his success with Touchstone Pictures' Good Morning Vietnam, Robin Williams voiced the genie for SAG scale pay of $75,000 versus his normal asking fee, which at the time was $8 million. And I think one of the stipulations he made was that they couldn't market the movie around him exclusively, and that's all they did was they marketed him, and then they put him on merchandise and everything else.
Yeah.
He didn't sue him?
He's got the best song too.
I think in his will it specifically says that no one else can take over the role from him or something. He has in his will something about the movie Aladdin. It was
Never had a
not a
friend
good
like me.
experience.
I was about to
brought
say
him
you ain't got a friend in me, and I was like,
you're blending together too.
yeah. I just watched Toy Story, so
He was great in Aladdin. He's so good. All those musical bits.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see. You ever see classic cosplay? Like I'd love to see Jessica Negri do like Genie from I Dream of Genie or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Like yeah, right?
she would make a great one.
She would.
Yeah.
It's like I wonder why you don't see that stuff. I guess because it's like the context. A lot of people might not get it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Kids,
Jessica Negri could make anything look great. She could
It's
be
true.
Alf and be like, "Yo, I eat cats," and everyone would love it because
I
she's
wanna see
fucking
that
great at
now.
what she does.
So talented.
Which
There you
one's
go,
the
Jess.
puppet with the bin lid on its head?
The puppet.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. You think that could look good?
Oh yeah.
Which was the puppet with the bin on its head?
I mean, you got it, didn't you?
Yeah, that was
To
good.
his credit,
Good
you got it.
description.
He lives in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
when
it's
he-
always on his head, though, isn't it?
Well, he pops out. It's like it's this door to his house. So
I
Yeah.
don't feel like he always
like-
has it on his
it's like
head.
a trap door.
Well, he's in a garbage can,
Right.
so when he comes up, the lid's on his head.
What was not accurate about my description?
Listen, we totally got it.
Because
totally
it's
got
like I don't think of them as puppets.
You're just trouncing on our childhood traditions.
You know they're not real. It's a puppet.
Don't ruin this for her. Don't ruin this for her.
What makes a puppet a Muppet?
Jim Henson. I
Is
think.
that what it is?
A TM at the end of the word Muppet.
Is that what it is? It's a Muppet. Is just they just use the word Muppet
I
so
want
they
to
can
look this up
trademark it.
now. Difference between a puppet.
Could that be the title of this podcast?
What makes a puppet a Muppet? What-
That sounds like a Doctor Who's book.
What-
Doctor
I mean,
Who's? Doctor Seuss.
there,
Horn here's a Zeus.
there is a moment though when it's like this thing could be a puppet, but no.
Did you
it's
hear
no.
about the new female Dr. Seuss
a
character?
Muppet? How do you feel about that?
The female Doctor Who?
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on it because I don't watch Doctor Who. I
Yeah.
know there are some people that think it's like it doesn't make sense with the story and it doesn't actually like it's like wrong for the story.
Yes.
Not the sense that it's a woman, which I again have no opinion on because I've never watched any Doctor Who. I don't know the storyline at all. But I'm always happy to see more women and stuff. So
Yeah, me too. And I was surprised. At first, I was watching all the people reacting to the backlash. And I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I feel like now I'm like 2 layers deep where I
Yeah.
never see the initial offense. I only see everyone on my feed outraged by
At the
outrage.
offense?
Yeah.
We're in that phase now.
And in this one too, it's like I did try to go to look for people who were mad about there being a female doctor, and I couldn't find it. But I could easily find
One
people.
of the old doctors was annoyed about it.
I know
Really?
someone
Yeah, I
who's
think he was.
upset
Peter
about it.
Davidson.
Who's upset about it?
I don't know if I should call them out.
Who?
Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just texted her to come talk about it if she's here.
Okay. No,
I don't think she's here.
because she.
I was
apparently
very
is a
surprised
big-
that Ellie's upset about it.
She's a big Doctor Who fan, and I think that like it's non-canonical, or like there was some type of thing where it's like it wouldn't make sense within the plot to have a female Doctor based on like the way they regenerate. I don't know anything about Doctor Who regenerate or like
When
spawn.
they
What is it?
die or like the body's too damaged, they just generate a new body.
Okay.
But they've already
And
broken
that's
rules.
how they've recast the same role.
Because Doctor Who was only supposed to be able to regenerate 13 times, to my knowledge. I could be getting this wrong too. But then they were like, nah, he can
I
go
think
more.
on one of them they like forced him to regenerate as like a punishment. I don't remember.
Where's our resident Doctor Who expert?
She's at the gym, I think.
Brandon.
Doesn't Ashley know a lot
I
about
texted Ashley too to see if Ashley can tell us about this too.
I'd like to quickly praise myself, by the way. Jim Henson said the name Muppet came from combining the words puppet and marionette, but he also said that he just liked the way the word sounded. There is no defined difference between a Muppet and a puppet,
Oh, so it
other
is.
than the link to Jim Henson.
Oh.
So it's just Jim Henson now.
It's true.
The Henson family.
There you go,
You
Jimmy.
nailed it.
So and then Kermit's one of the Muppets.
Yes.
And they
Kermit
just
the Frog.
fired the voice of Kermit. You didn't know this?
He got fired? I knew he wasn't doing it anymore. Why did he get fired?
Maybe I'm using the word fired
They
inappropriately.
just said they were recasting his role.
Well, that's fired.
Yeah.
If that guy can't do it anymore. Yeah. And he's devastated about it. Maybe they didn't renew a contract. Maybe there's some like nuance here that wouldn't define it as being fired, but
feel like
he
there's-
wanted to continue doing it, and now somebody else is doing it instead.
And it's going to be a female, and everyone's going to listen.
Be a female
I feel like
Kermit.
there's a lot of people who could do Kermit's voice pretty spot on.
Can you?
No, I can't.
Can you? You're good at impressions.
the Frog here.
See, like
That's
that's great.
That would totally fool me.
Do you know a voice that fucking nobody can do that I've ever met?
Jean.
Donald Duck.
Oh.
What? Everyone does that voice.
Let me hear your Donald Duck
I can't
voice.
do it. I mean, everyone besides me.
Right, can you do it?
No,
Kevin, can you do it? Give it your best shot. I want you to give me your absolute best.
Yeah, I can do a
That's
Matt.
what it sounds like.
I can do a Matt.
But can you say like
No, I can't do that. I can't.
It sounds like you were in like a
horrifying.
radio that had bad static on it.
terrible?
We, Lindsay and I just were at Florida SuperCon, and we actually did a panel with some other voice actors. It was the guy who plays Steven Universe in Steven Universe,
Don't know what that is, but it sounds great.
the cartoon Steven Universe.
I assumed it was.
I've never
cartoon
seen it, but I know
character.
it's
You know
like
of it.
super
Voice actor.
popular. It's very progressive.
And
It
then,
would suck to be a
great
real
roles.
actor and have a voice actor that voices you. That would kind of suck.
Yeah.
So,
And then shut the fuck up.
cartoon character.
And then the guy who plays Freddy in Five Nights at Freddy, which I don't know that video game.
I didn't even know he had
very well.
lines.
Who plays Freddy?
Or like it's like some character.
Does he
in
play?
Five
He
Nights
must
at
play the guy on the answering
Phone?
machine.
That's like the only guy I know that talks.
Yeah, as far as
He's
I
on
know.
the
Of
phone.
I
course,
don't
I
know.
didn't play it past two
Maybe
or three.
I have that.
Ashley, you want to
info
jump in
wrong.
here and talk to us about Doctor Who?
Doctor.
We were talking about the controversy surrounding the controversy of the Doctor now coming back as a woman.
The other doctor,
You can pop over here.
the other doctor was mad because boys lost a role model.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
off.
fuck
Jesus.
off.
fuck.
Like a female can't be a role model for a boy.
Yeah, I know.
stupid.
And like, there's not enough to choose from.
Well, that's it.
Otherwise,
Ashley, so tell us what we should know.
Strap in. What do you want to know?
What is canonically? What is the problem with there being a female Doctor?
It depends on which sort of part of the canon you're looking at. There never has been, but there have been female Time Lords.
Right.
So there's been like Time Lords and like Time Ladies, but they've also had
I'm Lords.
Time Ladies
Wasn't there someone specifically in the show who was reincarnated
just recently.
as a female, and that was a specific plot point?
Yeah. So the Master, which is the Doctor's sort of nemesis, regenerated into a female, and it was Missy, who's been a big character the last couple seasons, and by the way, is amazing. And so that was really kind of setting up for this to happen, for them to get the audience used to the idea that Time Lords can change gender. But it's actually been hinted at for ages. Like in the 80s, one of the original writers or creators on the series was like, it could happen. It'd be nice if it happened one day in the future. And this is the future.
Well, if there's a character that's ever going to become or be recast as a female, this character to me makes sense because the character regenerates all the time. If we're now 13th Doctor, is that correct?
Yeah.
So now if we're 13, just by sheer probability, we should have had 6 to 7 females at this point.
Yeah. And there's also a time gap between certain Doctors where they've clearly been gone a long time and they could have regenerated several times.
The Time War.
In the time between.
A lot of gaps between when they produced that show, too.
They completely regenerate all their cells to the point where like their hair and age and eye color and voice is different. So it makes sense that, you know, you might not have a knob when you do it.
Or a chromosome, yeah, would be different.
Has it ever gone the other way, though? Has a female character ever been recast as a male? Ever seen that?
Oh, wow.
Like, there's a female Thor, which everyone went nuts about the female Thor, too. At one point, Thor was a goat, like a space Billy goat, named Beta Ray Bill.
Oh,
like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, when they took it over. And so, but I can't think of a time. When's the time when a female character was recast as a male? Has that happened? I mean, like Barbara's saying, there's not that many.
I assume it'd have to be sci-fi for it to make sense.
Which is the thing. That's what this all comes back to for me. I feel like of all the types of fans to get pissed about this, sci-fi fans would have been the last people I would have pegged to be upset about like some progressive, changing it up, let's look at this in a different way type thing.
I didn't see much controversy, though. Did you, Ashley? Did you see much controversy around it, or did you see the people responding to this controversy?
So first I saw the people responding to it, but then if you look at any of their actual official announcements, it's just filled with vitriol. It's so weird. Like, of all of the characters to be upset about, like, being a woman for a little while, it makes perfect sense for the Doctor. We're talking about a time-traveling alien with 2 hearts that changes all the time and has been wondering why they weren't a lady in the past.
Right.
Matt Smith regeneration. He checked himself. He thought I was a woman because of like checked hair and was disappointed he wasn't a woman or a ginger and like was like checking all here, being like, nope,
that again?
Still a dude.
Yeah.
That was for you, Barbara.
I'm looking at Twitter. A lot of people saying, yeah, it's been confirmed in the show that it's possible for a Time Lord to swap gender. And a few people saying, I know a few people that are very upset about the Doctor being a woman, but those people are always mad about something. I feel like that's a lot of the internet. Everybody just wants to be mad about something.
Didn't you post that Vine or that video of that?
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Oh shit. I'm gonna look it up real quick. ProDZ. There's a guy who's a voice actor and YouTube personality who's
like
huge
this Asian
on Vine.
guy.
Yeah, he's this
chubby.
Asian dude. And
name?
I'm gonna look up his name real quick.
He's really funny.
He's
you know about
fucking
the guy
hysterical.
who does the RPG stuff?
Yeah,
Archibald. He's got the great voice.
Sungwon Cho or
Sungwon.
ProZD.
Yeah.
Sungwon. Dude's fucking hilarious.
It's funny you say it because I was just watching videos from him. Have you ever thought about approaching him? Okay, there
Yes.
he is. Yes. Because like somebody like that, he's such a good voice actor.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that he does. You have to go watch his videos to get it. But especially if you love like JRPGs and tropes in that, he does so many great videos around that stuff.
He has a fantastic video that he put out recently about when you're watching a series for the first time with a friend and they really cling to a character that you know is going to die later and how you react to that. Check it out. Sungwon ProZD.
Very funny guy.
Yeah, I'm bummed that I haven't run into him at a con yet because he seems like a very cool dude.
The
Does he know
Dragon
Rooster
King
Teeth at all?
sends his regard.
We follow each other. We tweet and like and go hee hee hee.
Oh, tell him to visit.
Yeah, it's real cute.
He's a funny dude. So without telling any spoilers, you guys all see Game of Thrones last night?
No.
You didn't see it?
Well, I got home at 2:30 in the morning last night from.
That's no excuse not to watch it.
I totally agree with that.
No, fuck
you. You know you're gonna be on the podcast today too.
I
Bung
know.
it out, as Gavin would say.
But we don't tend to spoil shows the day after they come out, anyways.
No, but I mean, you're going to walk into this room and hear about it. Oh, speaking of which, let's call out the fucking podcast crew for a second. Ashley, you want to get back on here so you can weigh in on this?
Jesus.
Okay, so there was a discussion that took place on this stage. I'm very disappointed in all of you about. We should put the entire crew on the.
Huddle in, crew.
So we after the Grey Worm episode. This is a couple of weeks ago now. And Grey Worm, and what's the name of the character who's Daenerys'
Miss Sande.
What's that name?
Miss Sande?
Missandei.
Oh, the pretty girl?
Yes, so pretty.
Yeah.
Which
So
one?
pretty. Well, Grey Worm's good looking too. They had a sex scene together. Did you see that?
Believe me, I saw that.
But there was the question as to what's going on downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Which
your
I don't understand
answer?
how that's a question.
I think he's got no penis.
Okay. Miles?
Yeah, I thought that they mutilated all his genitals and stuff. It's all just not even there.
He's
Or if it is-
specifically described as a eunuch, and the army of Unsullied are eunuchs, right? And then Ben was
Correct.
saying that in the Game of pop on there. In the Game of Thrones wiki, in the lore, eunuch means what?
Okay, so this all started with Mariel asking if Grey Worm has a penis.
Right?
Yes.
We looked it up.
Which
eunuchs,
it's not Muriel's business, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, you know, eunuchs, from what we found out, don't have a shaft or balls. But in the Game of Thrones wiki, there's like some
have just the
discussion
head.
that it's different for like in the books or the TV show. It's a whole like thing that she threw us.
So there's no
down.
actual definition.
There's a chance that he still has a shaft, just not the balls.
Yes.
But in earlier episodes, the Unsullied was seen just cuddling with whores.
Yes.
So
So we think they don't got nothing.
I just think that they grabbed everything and just went.
I
Like,
would assume it's all gone.
Just
I would assume it's all gone too. So, okay.
Varys is all gone.
But still, a person would crave physical contact, so it's a nice intimate scene they had together. This is where the podcast crew
They just scissor
revealed something about themselves.
And we
which
are
is
ashamed.
They did not understand why Grey Worm went down on her. They just.
I want to point out.
Can I say the number of fingers that just went up behind camera?
Mariel
Actually,
said most, and I was on her side from the start. So I just want to point that
So
out.
What,
ladies,
what?
Ben,
Most
Ben,
of the-
ladies.
Hey, Ben helps set it always open. He knows. We've taught him well.
What, most
and
of the
then
people
speaking
on
of
the podcast
Mariel,
crew were-
Mariel,
Oh, hey, what's up? Mariel, get on that mic.
Mariel, you got to jump in.
Get
here.
over
get
here.
on the
Mariel,
sidebar.
We need to upgrade
bring this
just
to start a
regular
side
Mariel,
cast over
tell
here.
me what they told you
Oh God.
Okay.
with this Grey Worm discussion.
Shit.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Fuck you.
I don't even know how it came up.
I
Grey Worm?
You were asking about Grey Worm, and
Right.
if he had a dick,
Right.
and if he had balls or no balls.
But
or
were we just talking about the episode?
Didn't they
Well, we
express
got to
disbelief that he went down on her?
That's the word. That's
All
what
right. All right. Ha! Shut up. Shut up. So, we're sitting on that couch. It's a beautiful day.
Okay, much like today.
A day much like today. And so we're talking about the latest episode, and I was like, hold on, does he not have a dick? Because I had read on the Game of Thrones wiki that he didn't have a dick. I mean, no, sorry, that he did have a dick, he didn't have any balls.
No balls. Yeah.
And so, what's that?
Yeah, you and I were debating.
Yeah, and so like I had seen it the night before, and then we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe he has a dick. I'm not sure. So then I was like, I'm gonna ask Twitter and see what Twitter thinks. And then these motherfuckers were like, well, if he had a dick, like, why would he go down on her? Why would he spend so much time going down on her? And I was like, well,
Yeah,
I
guys.
feel very bad for any lady that might have been.
Do
in
any
Did
of
our
you guys
show
have
not teach
girlfriends?
you anything?
You have girlfriends?
I'm married.
Which makes sense.
Nick, was it you? Nick, was it you?
It was Nick.
Hold on.
That poor.
My question was not about why he was doing it, but why we were so focused on that and we didn't see what he had going on.
Why does that matter?
We want to
Back-
see mangled peen.
Backpedaling.
But no, that's a completely different subject.
But she took it as, why would he bother doing that?
So what you're
That's
saying
what
is
you
the
were
question
putting
you were
out.
posing was
Why didn't we
did
see
the
it?
director spend so much time showing him provide oral sex when we could have been seeing mutilated genitals?
we could have seen both. Fairness. It's
I
about
will-
fairness.
I will say this, to your defense. Last night's episode, without any spoilers, they had what I consider to be two major events in the Game of Thrones universe, and they both happened off screen. They both were left in a moment where something was going to happen, and it all happened off screen. And it's like, these are big moments, dude. We've been building up to some of this stuff. Show it the fuck on screen. Don't tell me what's going to happen. Show me what's going to happen. They definitely showed us with Grey Worm and his girlfriend, though, because that was a pretty fucking nice graphic shot they had.
Both of them
Yep.
have very nice bodies.
Dude, that was pretty hot scene.
I was
Nice
pleased.
ass.
Yeah. Solid.
Nice ass.
By the way,
Just that visual
I
wouldn't
want to
even
call
need
it. I
someone
want to
go
call it.
down.
Ashley, this is going to ruin a little. This is
Bernie, you're calling everybody out.
Okay.
Ashley
right.
got upset that the nudity in Game of Thrones last night was just Jaime Lannister's butt, and I was super excited about
Jamie
that.
Lannister's butt was
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah,
You'll
you'll see it.
I was worried that the nudity might just be for Jamie
Don't double
Lannister's
fist
butt.
microphones. That's too.
There was more nudity
You're spoken for.
in the next scene.
All right, down to
Some boobage.
one mic. Fine. This isn't very Game of Thrones.
Hey, do we
at
want to talk
all.
about your infidelity this week?
Which one?
I got tweets nonstop about Gavin. Were you there? You could have put a stop to it.
What's this?
Ashley has a thing. You point a camera at her. I guess all the rules are out the window. Like she's making out with Barbara on the.
Is
extra live
that
stream.
your term of making out? So I feel very.
We haven't,
about to say,
even
come on,
talked
dude.
about it. We haven't even talked about it.
We kissed. We gave a peck.
Bernie, you can kiss Miles right now.
You've kissed more dudes than women at this
I
company.
don't know that I have kissed Carrie. I don't.
Everybody
think
kisses Carrie.
Yeah, it's fun. He's
I
gentle.
haven't
soft.
kissed Carrie.
But now she's licking Jeremy's face on the.
To be fair, she was licking icing.
We didn't really make contact with the face. There was too much icing.
Yeah, right.
And
How'd you leverage?
And it was delicious.
It's the left.
Got a little taste of that Jeremy in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It tasted so hairy.
You did it. It was like 2 cheek licks, but then you went for beard, and that was commitment.
That's because there was a chunk of cake in the beard.
I kissed Max Krumke recently, and kissing dudes with facial hair is weird.
Yeah, it is.
That's got to be strange. I don't.
I don't think it's strange for a woman.
It depends on how long the beard is, especially how long the mustache is. Because if the mustache is creeping into the lip part, you have to like lift it, find the lips.
Do you lift it with your lip?
No, just with my fingers.
No, you don't. You like
What?
you like grab their face and like with thumbs push it up.
Do some of this. Yeah, actually.
You do not. You like
You
nurse
have to.
the hair out of the way?
Not.
It's like
I
having,
don't believe you.
it's like
You
having
go in for a kiss with someone with a beard, and you just go.
Hold on, let me get my comb.
the way you're describing it. It sounds like an uncircumcised face. Is the way the way your hand motion and
pull
everything.
the
Ben, can you come here for a sec, Ben? Can I use you as just a quick?
Yeah, Ben's
I'm
got
not
a
gonna.
He's
Ben's
right
got a
on
Calm
wicked
down,
beard.
Twitter. But no, just come here real quick. I just need to see your face. So, Barbara, you're telling me? Can we just get a little? Like, you go in, you're like, oh, you're so beautiful, and you just do that, and then go in.
When
Is that
you
what
do
you're
it,
saying?
when you do it, I want to kiss Ben. Now when I see that,
I always want to kiss.
it's way more attractive.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you very much.
I guess you kind of go in it at like an angle, like go
Like up and under?
like under the mustache.
All right, Barbara. I know this isn't always open, but I gotta ask.
Hey, wait! I've been fucking shit on for bringing up sex topics on
What
this
have you
podcast.
been fucking? Oh,
Way to just throw that aside.
so what is over? And actually, you can weigh in too if you want to break up. What is the percentage of people that going down is part of the standard routine? I mean, Muriel, she would say 100%. I'm sure. The people she dates.
I don't want to. I guess I could be graphic because I'm usually graphic.
Well, just give me a percentage.
I don't need it usually.
69.
So it sounds like a low percentage, Barbara.
No, it's just in terms of like when I'm like in that moment, I'm like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to waste time.
Wetter than an otter's pocket.
That's the one.
Jesus Christ. I'm a fan of foreplay.
you're
I
saying
don't like
you
skipping
don't-
that.
Do you not like it though?
No, I like it. Yeah, for sure, I like it.
But
it's
your
just-
mentality is like, we could be fucking right now. Let's.
yes.
That's like skipping the previews before the movie. You want to see if you want to see that new James Bond, Daniel Craig's in.
It's probably.
I just want you to note the look on Ashley's face. She's
I would
like,
say
nope.
it's like 80%.
80% offer.
Yeah.
Or
just do it.
Or just do it.
Yeah.
80%?
I feel like
You're like a 95.
No, I'm saying for other people. saying for other people. I'm saying of like in your whole roster, like me and
Hey,
the
Brennan.
Hey, way to set the example, Burns.
and me and the 2 other guys you've slept with.
it's
Right?
It's fun to do that.
Like,
Yeah.
as far as like percentage of just that's part of the, I don't know, maybe a third.
Maybe a third.
quarter. Not hot.
No. Bad.
Bad.
Look, I've had lazy boyfriends.
Sad.
So sad. Where's the bottle opener for this?
Oh, it's
Gavin
on the
dropped
floor.
it on the floor.
Floor.
So apparently Ashley's been dating the podcast crew. See, I mean, I think part of it too, you want to go down on people because it just adds to the fanfare. Hey, speaking of fanfare, I want to talk to you about a legendary sandwich. Actually, it's more than a sandwich. It's a sub, and a damn good one at that. Their giant subs just got even more legendary because now you can order from Jersey Mike's online. Right now, when you order your sub online, Jersey Mike's will hook you up with 10% off. Jersey Mike's has piled their subs high with sliced-to-order meats, cheeses, and fresh veggies. And they've been doing it that way since 1956. Though it will take you more than a minute to take down one of their giant subs, it won't take you any time at all to pick up one when you order it online. It's my new go-to move. I actually haven't done that, and I would absolutely do that. Any place that orders online. Now you can get 10% off when you order online at jerseymikes.com/RTpodcast or use promo code RTpodcast on their app for 10% off. That's jerseymikes.com/RTpodcast or promo code RTpodcast for 10% off if you use their app. Get in, get out, get eating at Jersey Mike's.
Get eating.
Sorry.
Be a sub above.
Wow, you didn't even know the tie-in would be so perfect.
Perfect. So listen, we've
guys,
talked about
shout down.
we've talked about Jersey Mike's in the past about going there, and that fanfare joke that we made that their sub in a tub, that Matt was upset because they presented it with no fanfare.
Yeah.
His kids to this day bring it up every single time. Like Matt's disappointed something, like, yeah, it should have had more fanfare.
Oh,
That's great.
And I gotta say, like, I don't often
he's
interact-
our audience when we make a joke on the podcast.
Who is Matt's
His kids, like
Yeah.
they can't let it go.
They can't let it go. Yeah.
Like honey doesn't spoil.
Unfortunately, my kids, it's like if Teddy especially, he watches the RTAAs more than anything else. Oh, there you go. Matt wants fanfare. There's
in a
Matt
tub.
with his sub in a tub. So upset.
They this was a couple of months ago, but they sent, or maybe over that 2 years ago or so, they sent in like little what are those called? The things you blow in and it goes.
Little party favors.
Yeah, they
What are
sent
those called?
blowers.
I would call them party kazoos.
The thing that
I'd be
rolls
wrong,
out.
but that's what I'd go.
It
with.
rolls out and it goes.
It's funny that we don't know what those are called.
Are they like street? No.
Anybody?
Steamers.
Anybody know what those are called?
Party roll-ups.
No
It's called
idea.
party favors.
But they
yeah.
sent those in a bag with a picture of Matt's RTAA character that said like Jersey Mike's fanfare or something like that.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Party kazoo.
I was like, they must have a big fan that works at the company there.
Speaking of which, we talk about language a lot. We don't know what these things are called that Barbara just mentioned. Someone pointed out something that I was actually pretty surprised by, because I like the way language is based typically on early languages based on things that we did before, like technology and society and civilization came along. So some of our most basic language is from like basic human existence. Case in point, if you need food, you are what?
Hungry.
You're hungry. And if you need water, you are
thirsty.
If you have to go to the bathroom, you are what?
Pooey.
There's no word for that. Isn't that weird that there's no word like hungry or thirsty, but for having to go to the bathroom?
Well, I think it's because those you're consuming something, the other thing you're expelling something.
I guess so.
Huh.
But it's just
Maybe.
like, but you would say, I need to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
you have tired for when you need sleep.
Yeah, if you say, do you want to
That's
go
something
and
you
get
need.
dinner, you would say, yes, I need to eat food. You know, it just sounds weird. You would
Yeah.
just say, I'm hungry. And I don't know why, I never thought about that before, but I thought it was a really interesting point that somebody
So
made.
if you had to invent that word,
I don't know.
What would it be?
Pissful.
Oh, pissful.
I don't know.
I'm
Full of piss.
I don't know. What would what would you use for it?
Where does
I'm
thirsty come
toilet.
from?
Where does hungry
First.
come
Yeah,
from,
where's
right?
toily.
Comes from
I'm
hungry.
toily.
Toily.
Oh, I like toilet.
Toily. I'm
might
so
have to-
Let's
toily
start
right
that word. I'm a bit toily.
I'm a bit toily.
I need to leave. I'm toily.
This is going to be the new selfie.
Let's do bones.
Toilet.
People say bones.
I'm
Bones?
toily.
That was the thing that we did on
Fan
fan
service.
service that
Oh, yeah.
actually ended up taking off a little bit because of like Bethany and Gus. To this day, man, shit was bones.
Shit was
Listen,
bones.
get that
Nothing,
shit.
nothing's gonna take off.
I've heard a lot of people say instead of so, they say soy. I'm
What the f-
soy thirsty.
That's
Have you
just
never heard
nope.
this?
Like
called
the
being
sauce?
obnoxious. is what
Bethany
that
and
is.
Patrick and all those people do it all the time now.
I stand by what I said. I'm just kidding. I love Bethany and Patrick.
Yeah, you just described two really annoying people.
Hey, this is why people think you're rude.
I can't figure out what people think I'm mean.
I'm joshing.
By the way,
No, you're Gavin.
it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible you might be fucked. You might have lost your bet.
What?
The bet you made with Ellie.
I haven't lost
Oh,
a bet.
about the American Airlines?
You might be close.
Here's why I haven't lost the bet. BA has premium economy. So I can only get upgraded into premium economy.
I think you're on the upgrade list on BA for business class at this point.
I don't
I think you might be. I overheard a phone conversation.
I really hope that I'm not, because I don't want to lose $8,000 to put Ellie in a bloody business class.
But this is what I was thinking about, and this is the kicker. If she gets you upgraded to business class, then you owe her a business class seat. What could happen is you just give her your seat and then put yourself back in coach to pay your bet.
That's genius.
Yes, but
She
then
still
you're
wins.
But then you're in coach.
Yeah, then she just gets
after
herself a
all of
seat.
that.
Still wins. Or I never said which flight I'm putting her in
This
business class.
semantics.
I'm going to put her on a business class plane to somewhere she doesn't
Listen.
want to go.
Listen,
That'll prove that you're really nice to people.
I'll screw with you, but in luxury.
listen. I've worked with Ellie for about 4-6 months now. I can tell you, she's stubborn. She will not take a single flight for the rest of the year just to make sure there's only one flight she takes that you can upgrade her on. And if it's not to London, it'll be to like RTX Sydney or something like that.
Bollocks.
That was a stupid thing to say.
Aw.
You were caught in the moment, dude. I think you might be screwed.
I think he was just so confident that it wasn't possible.
Yeah, he was pretty confident.
But Gavin just doesn't try.
I'm pretty sure you can only upgrade to the next class of service.
Listen,
If I'm in economy, I
she
can
gets
only go.
shit done, Gavin. That was the whole point of the conversation last time. She gets stuff done
How? She's a freak.
with the fluff.
She's
She
freak
goes
of
in with
nature.
the fluff.
It's really not that hard.
What?
It's gotta be nice.
Yeah.
We went through this last week. It's not I'm not trying to be nice. I'm just not trying to be wasteful with time.
It being nice will get you stuff that you don't even necessarily need sometimes.
I think
so
it's
like,
I would
customer
say-
service representatives are so used to people being rude and mean to them. on
I'm
the
never
phone.
rude or mean on the
No,
phone.
or it's just short with them. They're not used to people adding the fluff.
I had my car towed not too long ago. And when your car gets towed, that sucks. You're pissed. Maybe it was your fault. Maybe it was some stupid fucking sign that you didn't see. But you're really angry about it because now you got to pay like
Both your fault.
fucking
but yeah.
$200. No, exactly. But it's like it's your fault, and then that makes you more mad because you're like, "Fuck, I'm fucking stupid. I'm the bastard that cost me $200."
Who's-
Doesn't make
stupid.
you any less mad though.
No, absolutely not. If anything, it might make you more mad.
Yep.
So then you get there. I remember the first time I got my car towed. I went to the towing location. It was like in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was impossible to find. I finally get there. I'm fuming mad. It's hot. And I get there, and there's this just like small little box with a woman sitting behind bulletproof glass and burglar bars
And a little
and a little slit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's there because people probably threaten her with violence constantly to get their car
Oh
back.
gosh.
Like no one that she interacts with that day as a customer or whatever is happy to see her.
You can't take people's property, charge them to get it back, and expect to have good customer
Yeah,
interaction.
that's gonna suck. So as soon as I saw that person, all my anger went away because I felt bad for them. And then I just dealt with it. And with the most recent time when that happened, I tried to be very polite and I said, "Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much." Blah blah blah. When she got my car back, she says, "Hey, just so you know, the marker that we use to write on your windows to mark them or whatever, you're gonna want to use. I can't remember what she told me. Like you're gonna want to just wipe that off with like a dry something. If you try and go soap and water, it's just gonna smear. I normally don't tell people that, but you've been really nice to me today. So
Oh, wow.
there you go." I went, "Oh, thanks." Sweet. All it takes is like a yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a nice day. It's you don't have to tell them your life story.
I'm agreeing that you should always be nice and polite.
Did you get your car back for free?
No, I did not.
I don't know what
Not
the
that
point of this
polite,
story is. She didn't fuck you over further with the smearing marker.
You two are the
know?
worst.
Listen, I get furious with tow truck. I realize they're enforcing traffic laws, but when there's something very offensive on a personal level, when someone takes your property away and you're not part of law enforcement, they're just
It's just like Skyrim, though. You can only leave stuff in the barrels in your house.
yes.
Otherwise, it
Guess
might
so.
be gone. You did leave your property out in the world, which is not
Car,
your property.
dude. It's a car.
It despawned, man. It despawned.
Yeah, it despawned. It timed out.
I said this on off topic, but there's a couple different things about my car that are super embarrassing. But one that's embarrassing to me on a personal level is Larry from Achievement Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I came out one time. It was like after the podcast when it was late at night, and I got out there like 10 o'clock at night, and Larry's out there and had a flat tire, and I got super excited. I'm like a dad in Christmas Story because I can help him change the tire on his car, and then, as is the case in this fucking parking lot in this campus, I got a nail in my tire for probably the 5th time since we've moved in here. I don't know what it is. Like people just like throw nuts and bolts and nails out into this fucking parking lot like a bunch of lunatics. But my car,
I said loony sticks.
like a bunch of loony sticks. My car, because it's electric and the battery's on the bottom, there's a very specific place in which you can jack it up. And if you jack it up an inch to the left or the right, you could potentially puncture the batteries. And according to what this guy said, do about $40,000 worth of damage to the car, or probably set the fucking thing
So
on
you
fire.
do a
and
car's
ruin it.
worth of damage to your car.
Basically, yeah, you ruin it. You have to pay for a car to fix your car. And so as a result of that, when you get a fucking flat tire in this car, there's no spare in the car. There's no jack. You have to call a tow truck, like roadside service for a flat
Don't
tire.
you have AAA?
That's roadside service. Well, Tesla does. I have to say one good thing about Tesla in regards to that.
There it is.
is that
lower third broadcast.
they
Where
will.
did that come from?
They do have really great service, but the fact that I can't change the tire on my own, I'm standing there with the tow truck driver trying to pretend like I'm a real man sitting there talking to him about how to change a tire. Like I have to prove to him that I know how to fucking do it, and I just can't.
Did you just change his tire for him to prove it?
Yeah, when he was changing my tire, I slashed his tire and then changed
got
the tire.
this.
Yeah,
So can anyone tow your car without any problem?
I don't think so. See, that's the thing about it. I don't know that people could tow it. Yeah, but there's also a secret to electric cars, especially in a place like Austin, that I haven't really talked about because I don't want to ruin it. We got a good thing going, and that is, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but in Austin, because Austin's a green city, every parking lot has electric spaces now.
Fuck those places.
Right, but I can go in there all the time. I can always get spots in the front, because I have an electric car, and so it's I can just park in those.
I've never once seen a car charging at that station.
I don't charge my car at this.
Never once.
By the way, those
free?
charging stations, those charging stations they're fucking miserable. They're like an outlet. I have to have in my house, I had to have like a dryer outlet. If you have an electric dryer, that massive plug, it's about double the voltage of a standard outlet. If you use a standard outlet, every hour you charge it puts like 3 miles onto the car. So if you're charging when you're in the grocery store, you're adding like a mile of charge to your car, basically. Whereas with my dryer outlet, I'm not sure how the math works, but I can add about 30 miles an hour. So if I charge a car for 8 hours, I add 240 miles of range to the car.
I assume it's way more amps too than a normal.
Yeah, it's two breakers. So yeah, I believe it. And there's a fucking big conduit that runs around my house because it goes in like right there on the side of the garage. I got this big conduit. I got to paint that eventually, but I haven't done it so far. So. But yeah, so that's why I never use it. It's like not even worth. By the time you plug it in and everything, and Tesla does a dumb thing where their charger is different than everyone else's charger, so you have to have a fucking adapter.
What?
Like yeah,
It's like an iPhone.
No,
it's like
it's
the iPhone of cars.
it's like the new iMac. Yeah,
Car of iPhone.
got to have a dongle to charge it.
Okay.
The car of iPhone.
I
don't think
iPhone
that's
of
right.
cars.
I feel
The
like
iPhone of cars.
It's
That's
not just-
right,
not just
right?
with
Yeah.
I had a.
cars, but with phones and everything, it's no longer like they're designing them in a way where you can't just fix the problem yourself if you know how to do it. You have to go and you have to get a specialist or a genius.
It
or
is true. Modern
Yeah,
car, you
yeah,
open
yeah.
the hood, it's just a black box, basically. They covered the engine so you can't even get in there and do anything.
How dangerous is a Tesla if you mess with it? Like, could you electrocute yourself to death with what?
Probably.
With a normal car battery, you could really fuck some shit up.
I guess electrocute is to death by default.
Is it?
Yeah.
The word
You can be electrocuted and not die.
I don't think you can survive electrocution.
Yeah, you can if it's really low.
Can you
voltage.
survive execution?
No, those are two different words, Gavin. They just
Yeah.
happen
They
to sound similar.
I don't know. Does electrocution mean death by
Well,
electricity?
if you
then?
got
believe
hit by
so.
a lightning.
Go
strike.
ahead. One lightning, please.
A
A lightning.
McQueen,
Lightning
ciao.
If you were struck by lightning, aren't you electrocuted?
Right, but I think you can be electrocuted to death.
I think you get an electric shock. You're shocked.
You're shocked.
You're not-
I think shocked
you don't
is
say I
up
was
to the point you die,
electrocuted?
and that's electrocution.
Yeah, no, you can touch a hot wire and go, ah, fuck, I just got
Here,
electrocuted.
I'll look it up.
Shit.
Does electrocution
America, you
mean
certainly
death?
I don't know if it does.
I can put on something. I had a tweet that went kind of viral this weekend. Got
Yeah,
like 50
congratulations, dude.
Dude, so great.
About your-
I'm riding high. It got like 50,000 likes, which I think is the most likes any tweet has ever
More
gotten
than
from
your
me.
Joe the Cat video?
Yeah, defeated. So my top two tweets on Twitter now, based on those metrics, are I hate my kids and I hate my cat. So it really tells a great story about me. But it's actually Larry, who I'm talking about from Achievement Hunter. He has the most viral thing any of us have ever put on social media. He's got something that's got like 450,000 retweets.
It was beautiful.
What?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's remember the chicken nuggets guy?
Yeah.
He's like,
Get a
how many
guy's
retweets
nugs.
to get it? And Chick-fil-A said 18 million.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Wendy's, thank you. He, I love that I botched their fucking viral marketing. He did that for Donald Trump. Here it is. He asked Donald Trump how many retweets to rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement, and he faked it. I guess that Trump told him 18 million. So everyone started retweeting it.
Oh,
It upsets
God.
me that so many people
That's a clever
A,
tweet.
I wanna
thought
see
that
that.
was real,
That
and
was
then
a
B, were like,
great Photoshop.
you guys just spreading more fake news. It's like, are you an idiot?
Holy
this is a
shit.
joke.
Yeah, it has 405,000 retweets and
proud.
157,000 likes.
Yeah,
Shit's
it has
funny,
it
man.
has 4 times the retweets that it does likes.
Holy
Great.
Larry
fuck.
wins social media. Get fucked, everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
We're
even
gonna
compete.
come close to that.
You
I
can't
mean,
even
that's
compete
also
with
a
that.
great Photoshop too.
Very good.
Does electrocution?
He puts in the time for that stuff. Like his Splatoon 2 post.
Which,
is
by the
like
way, why isn't it called Splatoon?
man,
Wow,
hey,
Gavin.
we've been there. We've talked about it.
Dude, this is a moment of triumph for you.
No way.
Electrocution is death caused by electric shock.
What?
Electric current passing through the body.
Hot damn.
The word is derived from electro and execution.
Is it really?
Yes.
Damn.
But it is
makes
also
so much
used for
sense.
accidental death. So that's where the word comes from.
Get dunked on, me.
It happens all the time. How does he know this stuff? How does he know that
I'm
stuff?
sure it's come up in conversation, and I've been confused about it in the past and looked it up.
Looked
That's
it up,
usually how it
and then
works.
just
Gavin's actually pretty
filed it
smart.
away.
I don't
What?
like admitting that publicly, but he's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, but it's like he didn't know that and just kind of worked it out, you know?
Smart.
I'm gonna cling to my Muppet victory. I'll take that.
And I was always confused that strangle, like I was strangled. I always thought that meant to death, but it doesn't.
That
Like
is
you can be strangled and live.
versus strangulation versus choking are two different things. Like
Well, you could
strangulation is
choke
the
on
act.
You can also
something and then-
survive choking.
I think choking though is specifically like something's in your airway.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
can
say like
live
I
through
choked
that.
on that.
Yeah, but like you can still say I choked the guy.
Like I choked on
you're
dick?
not choking someone, you're strangling them.
I feel
Hey,
like
Barbara,
choking
could you not
is
take it to
more-
a sexy place, please?
What are you choking over
I
there?
said choked on dick.
Yeah, I feel like
you can choke on dick.
Choke on my dick, bitch.
Technically, that would be someone choking you. That would be the case where a person chokes
choking
you.
is either
Noted.
sexual or it's like with the force. When else do you hear it?
Like,
So, Barbara, let's loop back around to this. So you said you don't often have guys go down on you because you're ready to go. But do you find that you more often go down on guys?
Yes,
Yeah, right?
100%.
You don't find that's imbalanced?
I enjoy it.
life's
Okay.
unfair, man.
I get it. Look at fucking giggly over there.
Listen, man. Doctor Who.
So, but wait, you say it like stops people from going down there because you're so ready.
No,
You like wave them off?
no.
Give them the red card?
No,
Say
not
like, no.
necessarily.
Well,
I'm impatient.
you're impatient.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Since we're on this topic, what do you consider foreplay? What's the line at foreplay? Like, when does sex begin?
When you're
Penetration.
Penetration
Yeah.
is sex, right?
But then it's like, well, if two women have sex, if there's no penetration,
Oh,
is it
yeah.
considered?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, for myself, I'd consider it penetration.
With a D,
yeah.
Yes.
So
not an F.
when you start the clock on how long you're having sex with somebody, like people go, yeah, we had sex for 5 hours. Like, when does the clock starts at penetration?
Yes.
So people having 5 hours of penetration? Like when they
I
say
mean,
that?
no,
Gatorade.
whoever's having 5 hours of sex, I do not envy you because that sounds
Horrible.
painful.
Yeah.
Burn
Yeah.
a lot of cows.
After like an hour,
Some
everyone's
sexercise.
just
Need to
fucking
call a
like,
tow truck.
raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour.
But the clock does not start at oral sex. That's
There's
what I'm
also
getting
some
at.
people who count it as like, oh, we had sex for 5 hours. Like you had sex, he ejaculated, took a few minutes break, and then did it again, like that. As
Or
one
maybe
continuous
20 minutes. You know, let's not,
thing. Whatever it is, whatever your
let's not make assumptions here. Come on.
refractory
I'm
period.
just imagining
is.
you have like a chess clock like on your
Yeah.
nightstand.
And time.
You never check the time? Ever?
I'm sure I have at some point.
So are you like seeing the second hand come around? You like got to make it.
No.
Slow down.
You've never done that out of curiosity? You're like, all
I
right.
think with like a particularly long session, what fucking time is it? Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I leave my fucking Fitbit on sometimes just for
Have you ever gotten 10,000 steps?
the metrics. Yeah. Gives you a little reward right in the middle. That's
You
great.
get a step for a thrust.
I don't know what the actual
What
metric
about for
is.
He strokes
That's
up on
very
his phone
aggressive.
for a lot.
Very
for a
aggressive.
stroke? Because if you leave your Fitbit on and you jerk off, does it count? Like
I guess if you
First
had
of all,
it,
I wear it on my left hand. So unless I
out.
want to pretend like it's a stranger, I don't use this hand typically.
I thought the strangest way.
all
you
right,
sit
well,
on your
thanks,
normal
camera
hand.
2.
yeah,
Let's see here. Oh,
is
well,
it counting it?
It is. So
Yeah, it'll
now I
count.
just, idiots. Y'all all look dumb. I'm going to have the highest step count.
Although it looks like you're jerking someone else off right now.
Well, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. Where's my left hand?
Peter Hayes just went out point.
Yeah, we know you're watching, Pete. You're welcome.
Comes your gift on Twitter.
I still don't know how to make gifs.
I don't know how he does it so fast and so like
you just, like-
instantaneously with this.
I think
live
I've done
show.
it from a YouTube video with a website. We just put the URL.
Yeah,
in
if you
and
take
trim
out www off of the like a YouTube link
Mm-hmm.
and take the period out, if like basically just gifyoutube.com/whatever the URL is,
Yeah.
it takes you to a page where you can make gifs off that
it's
YouTube
still
video.
way too much effort.
No, it's super easy. You just drag where you want it, and you could add text and all that shit. Yeah, it's great.
I'm getting increasingly frustrated by how difficult my iPhone makes simple things to do that I should be able to do, like cut and paste or save an image. It's like
but you never use force push. Or force touch.
Even after you showed
Even
me
a
the force
choke?
push thing, there you go. Even after you showed me the force push, then it still doesn't work great for me. Sorry, I had to work that one out. Sorry, buddy. We had Rudy's for like podcast dinner tonight.
Oh, did we?
Yes, right there.
I got
Rudy's
about an
barbecue.
inch of brisket. There was nothing left by the time I went there.
Yeah, but I have been eating for some reason. It's like barbecue keeps showing up because the Sugar Pine 7 guys came in town and they wanted to go to barbecue after we had already made reservations somewhere else. They were like last minute they want to go to barbecue. I'm like, oh, we'll go do that. And then somebody else came in town, and then I've been doing a thing lately where I've been having people to my house in traditional LAN party style to play because my kids have computers and we're all set up in like this ring, and they come over and play Battlegrounds like in LAN party format. And last night, you guys know Aaron and Eric, two of our old friends. They came over and we did that. And God, that was a fucking nightmare, I have to say.
Why? You trained me up on Battlegrounds.
Yeah, I saw you've been playing. You got hooked, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that Aaron and Eric.
Yeah,
Thinking,
Aaron Morgan and Eric Vespi.
Yeah.
They came over.
usually I hear Aaron and Kayla. Or
Kayla came too, but she came later. She
Okay.
came just to watch Game of Thrones. But Aaron is a longtime member. He's a moderator, an admin.
Yeah, Flash.
Yeah, Flash 2000, one of the longtime members of the
One
site.
of the
Known him for
Destiny
years.
crew.
Yeah.
Listen, honestly, very responsible for a number of different people who have come to work at the company.
Yep.
And as a result of that, responsible for some really big productions. Like, I met Jack Patillo through Aaron Morgan. I met
Is that
Daniel
why you-
Fabello.
Is that why you don't like Aaron as much anymore?
What's that?
What?
Yeah, after the Daniel Fabello thing, it really went downhill a little bit. But yeah, it's crazy. And I give full credit. Aaron is probably and Eric are probably the main reason why Elijah Wood was in Red versus Blue as well. I think they introduced him to it. So yeah, that's how I met him, was through those two. So all right, let me read this. That's a Gus segue. We also want to thank our third sponsor for tonight's Rishi podcast, Me Undays. Me Undays.
Next Sunday or this Sunday?
Me Undays.
Man, me undays.
Me Undies. You want to look good in your underwear and be comfortable, right, Barbara? You know you want to look good in your underwear and be comfortable.
Or out of them.
But that perfect balance is hard to find. Don't sacrifice style or comfort. Check out Me Undies. August is National Underwear Month, and to celebrate, Me Undies is making it easier than ever to try the world's most comfortable underwear by giving you a risk-free guarantee. All National Underwear Month long. If you don't love your Me Undies, they are free. Me Undies are made from Lenzig Micromodal, a sustainably sourced, naturally soft fabric that's proven to be 3 times softer than cotton. Micromodal is an all-natural, breathable, eco-friendly fabric extruded from Austrian beech trees that actually inhibits odor. No stinky undies, just soft, cool, and cozy Me Undies. Me Undies are the ultimate feel-good undies for when you want to feel naked, but not actually be naked. Been there. And for the fellas, Me Undies diamond-seamed pouch cradles your jewels and gives you gives your stuff the support it needs without feeling too tight. All National Underwear Month long. You can feel them for yourself, risk-free. It's simple. If you don't love your Me Undies, they are free. Now until August 31st, get 20% off your first pair plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. That's MeUndies.com/roosterteeth.
Me undays.
MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. Thank you, MeUndies, for being a very consistent sponsor of the Rooster podcast. We really appreciate you.
My underwear collection has completely turned over to me undies only.
I'm on
Like
my way.
I packed recently to go to Florida, and I packed a bunch of underwear, and it's all me undies.
See, that's not the case for me. Like when I read the Jersey Mike's ad, I said I tried it out because I know Gus has tried it out, and those things are like typically written for Gus because he does the reads, but we don't know when he's going to be here because Gus gets all the stuff. Gus, like anytime we get sample products or anything, so we can talk intelligently about the products that sponsor our podcast, Gus just fucking takes it all.
He does.
And then you get it for Always Open, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
and-
swoop
but
in and get the scraps.
there's tons of underwear that comes in though. You should totally snag a pair.
I had a word with Nadia in sales, and I was like,
A word. Wow.
Just one word.
it's
That's
not
all
like
he
a
ever gives.
stern
me.
talking
Nah.
to him. More of like, you told me once that like if you're on the podcast, you can get samples of stuff. And she was like, yeah, anything you want. What do you want? And I listed a thing, and she was like, oh no, we can't get you that.
Was it a mattress or something? What was it?
Well, I'm not going to talk about a sponsor that's not sponsoring this video.
Oh, there we go. Look at you, Gav. Staying loyal to our sponsors. You sponsor the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Well, I'm sure you could get underwear.
But, coincidentally, my cat may have pissed all over a mattress recently.
Oh, really? Which cat, Columbo?
So ever since Dan, whenever Dan comes to stay.
What's the rest of this story, Miles? What does Dan have to do with the cat pissing?
Riled up the kitty.
I'm going to say that Dan loves the cat a lot and gives it lots of pets, and now the cat is upset that he's not receiving as much love as he was getting.
I'm going to say that Dan got too drunk one night and he actually peed on your mattress and blamed your cat.
I like Barbara's version way better.
Neither are correct. Just whenever he's been around, Smee, once Dan's gone, will just walk all over where the bed smells like Dan, and then he will just unload buckets of piss into it while we're not paying
It
attention.
sounds like he doesn't like Dan.
And,
Or that he really likes Dan.
yeah, and every time Dan comes back, he's like, cat pissed on the bed again. And now we're at the point where the mattress is just
Gross.
soaked in urine.
Oh,
My
And it's only for about a week after Dan's been, and then he goes back to the litter box and uses the litter box.
Why don't you put a litter box on Dan's bed after he leaves?
I had a friend in middle
by the
school.
way, that's totally Dan pissing in the mattress.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it
You
is.
think that's what it is?
Dude,
Oh, I
if
think he
the
went to
cat
bed.
stops when Dan leaves, yeah.
I think he wets the bed.
What a coincidence.
No. Cats are vengeful with their movements. Case in point, so I had a friend in middle school who, whenever the family would leave town, they learned that they had someone come and take care of the cat and check on the cat while they were gone. But the cat would go into everyone's bedroom and shit on their beds whenever they were gone because he didn't like them being gone.
Yeah.
So
the cat shit on my pillow once.
after they learned that, they would close all their doors. But there was one time where his older sister accidentally left her door just slightly ajar when they came back from Disney World because her room was the only one the cat was able to get in. Just a mountain of cat shit just on her bed.
Yeah. Cats are vengeful.
Yeah. He said that she cried and it was the best day of his young childhood.
Cats will also attempt to bury, no matter what the surface. Like, the cat has tried to bury its piss by, just scrunching up the covers. It's clever.
Is it clever? Is that
It's not litter, but I'll still bury this
Again,
piss.
Dan.
I was like, oh, fuck.
By the way, was there any special thing that you did to get your cats to use the robot litter box? Because I got a robot litter box, and it's stupidly expensive, and the cats are not going anywhere near this fucking thing.
Isn't that
We
everything you buy for your
took
cat?
away their old litter box and
I-
put litter and some of their old shit from the previous
Explain-
litter box in it, and then they immediately went and used that one.
Explain robot litter box
It
to
is
a
Gavin's
caveman.
favorite word. It's an egg.
To a caveman.
Oh, no way. Impossible. I wouldn't want to. I'd be embarrassed.
When did cavemen invent cats?
I'd rather have the caveman change my tire.
So
Well,
they've never dumped in the robot?
Not yet, but it's only been there 4 days.
Where
so-
do they do their poos?
Well, there's a litter box for right next to it, so maybe
Yeah,
I should just get rid of that.
Scoop some of that and put it in the new
I
one.
did do that. I added some
And then take away the old one.
seed giblets in there.
You love saying
Get it
poo.
started.
Poo.
I don't know anybody who says poo the way Gavin says poo.
It's poo.
Poop.
Oh, I watched an amazing video, right?
That's a weird segue.
Glad I
Two
picked
girls.
that
Oh, and also the cat is doing this thing. Meg used to collect Beanie Babies. So there's a box of Beanie Babies upstairs.
Bucket.
Shut up. Once a night, the cat will get off our bed, walk all the way upstairs, select one Beanie Baby, and come down with it in its mouth and dump it at the foot of the bed and then go back to sleep.
And is it like a magical
He
selection?
does it so consistently. We have a Nest camera looking at the Beanie Babies now.
Really?
It's incredible.
Does he spend time picking through them and get
He
the
has
right
a little
one?
rummage. Yeah, he'll pour about, and then he'll be like, that one.
Do you think he's bringing a dead animal as a gift to you? Because cats
Yeah,
do that.
I think he wants us to kill it.
Or think
Like he's
maybe
No, he's
hunting
presenting you. They're teaching
With
you
it.
how to hunt.
with
Yeah,
a dead
because they
animal.
think humans are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he wants us to eat it.
I dated someone who had a cat, and that cat would always bring in dead rats and dead mice that it would
I guess
kill
I
out
should be glad it's just Beanie Babies.
in the yard.
Remember we used to watch Game of Thrones outdoors, and Joe the cat came running through with a still alive
Yeah, no,
mouse.
you heard him kill it.
Yeah.
Or killing it.
It was screaming. The mouse was screaming during a really pivotal scene.
I think it was during the Red Wedding.
It might have been one of those episodes around there for sure. And it was just everyone was. I remember Aaron Zech was really Zach. Aaron Zech was really mortified by that in
yeah.
particular. She
Sounds
freaked out.
about
Trying
right.
to
That was-
save the mouse.
That was a tough car ride home.
Was it?
Zek sounds so much better than Zech.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, so this video I was watching, right? This guy, he decided to make. You've probably seen it, maybe. It's 2 years old. He tried to make a chicken sandwich from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've
Oh, yeah.
talked about that on the podcast.
Oh, you
before.
did?
I think so.
I thought it was
Like, he
really
made the
interesting.
bread and
He
everything?
made the bread.
And apparently
He
it wasn't
made
very
salt.
good.
Yeah, he made salt from like ocean water. Cost him $1,500, and it took him like 6 months to grow all the stuff he needed. And then he just bites it at the end. He's like, "It's okay."
Yeah.
I just love the way mass production works. It's great.
Oh, you put that thing about their crock pot.
Crock pot, yeah.
That's
I
what got
totally
me looking
agree.
into that stuff. It's like I was blown away. I mean, there were cheaper ones too. There was like
a crock pot is like $30, 30,
yeah,
40
it's like
bucks.
a slow cooker.
And like, if you had to make that,
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
No,
it's so
absolutely not.
complicated. And
I mean, you can
so-
make a basic one. I think it's just like you heat up ceramic. But even that, I couldn't do for $30.
You should. There's a great stand-up comedy routine that Joe Rogan does specifically about this, about how most people don't know how anything is fucking made. And it's like 1% of 1% of the population that can actually get stuff done. And if those people went away, just be like, everyone else would be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He talks about these two guys, if the apocalypse, the power goes out because all the smart people died, and like meeting outside, it's like, hey, what's up? It's like, nothing. Let's go turn the power on. It's like, okay, I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do it? It's like, no, I thought you knew how to do it. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep me updated. Yeah, keep me updated. And then they both walk away with no fucking power.
Yeah,
That's
would you be able
exactly
to-
how that would go down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, would you be able to walk into a power station and eventually figure it out?
Fuck no.
Because somewhere there's a button that does it.
In the first draft
switch.
I did of Day 5, back when it was going to be basically a feature-length thing and not a series, the main character was a guy who worked the third shift at a power plant. And the whole purpose of that was he was able to explain why the power grid was able to maintain itself for 5 days, why there were still street lights and traffic lights and things like that, why those things were still on. And his character was able to describe that. He's also a guy who would be up, you know.
Would you be able to write that without actually knowing how that works?
You gotta do
I did. I
research.
researched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Because the power grid, you know, Day 5 is a story where people just went into their homes one night, the world went to sleep, and just didn't wake up the next day. That's
Right.
essentially the way that worked. So what happens actually is the power grid goes way down at night. The usage is way, way down. And so the generators can run themselves. I talked to people at the power company at Pedernales Electritive Co-op. Those are people that I talked to. And talked about how, yeah, with a lower usage of the overall power grid, it could easily last for 7 to 10 days.
That show comes back next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
shit.
show comes back next week.
This week.
August 6th, right?
But what
August
is that?
6th, yeah.
It's on Sunday.
It's
This Sunday.
Sunday it will be on. Sunday it will be on.
Month Sunday.
Oh, there you go.
No,
It's
not Month
August
Sunday.
6th. I'm really fucking excited. We saw the first episode at RTX.
So good, right?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
So good.
Ridiculous.
So good.
I
I
really
still
like-
can't believe we make that.
I like the cast of Day 5.
Yes.
They're a lot of fun to hang out with.
I like the cast of Day 5 too because they're like kind of like an encapsulated group at Rooster Teeth, and they're like their own like little family, and they always do stuff together, and they're always taking photos together. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's like a totally separate group within Rooster Teeth in a way. You know, in the way that there's no other production like that. Maybe Crunch Time was kind of like that, but yeah,
It's a family.
it's family, a little family.
Gab and I were in, I think, the same episode in season 1. I think we
Oh
had
yeah, you were the dude that just went to bed in the morgue,
in
right?
the morgue, yeah.
Yeah.
Died immediately.
Yeah.
Man, there's some stuff in season 2 where they start to, you know, one of the things about a sleep apocalypse is that sleep deprivation, you quickly lose your mind. That's what happens, you know, is that you're, you know, before your body fails, your mind fails rapidly. So in a lot of apocalypses like Walking Dead, there's all these characters who are just, or, you know, Mad Max, there's all these characters who are just crazy, almost for the sake of being crazy. But in Day 5, it's so motivated that people just lose their fucking shit
Yeah.
because they can't sleep, they're hallucinating and everything else. And so they really explore some of that stuff in season 2. There was already some weird stuff in season 1, but in season 2, there's people who are just like off the fucking charts.
The production quality on that show alone is amazing.
Yeah.
I've stayed up at night. Like I've done just not slept and then gone to work. And
Sucks.
it's so awful.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's so unpleasant.
It feels
The way
like
that-
painful.
The way time works, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, that was me last night, coming home at 2:30 in the morning, wanting to watch Game of Thrones, and I physically could not do it. I could not stay awake.
But that's just being tired. The fact is, like, you have to get stuff done and you haven't slept in over a day.
Oh yeah.
It makes time slow down. Like, I was
it makes-
waiting to leave work for like a month. It felt like. And I was just waiting till like 4 p.m. or something.
I get
But-
real bitchy if I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm no fun to be around when I'm tired.
Yeah, when you're tired.
I get real short. I get real short with everybody and just like whine about everything.
You
What
just
are
type
those
like
shoes?
nah in an email.
What are your shoes?
These are my Sonic the Hedgehog shoes that I bought from Japan that arrived today.
Oh, they
those
got
are
I
Sonic
love-
shoes?
Yeah, dog.
Is that what Sonic wears?
Oh,
That's what
look at that.
Sonic wears,
Look at that. They
dog.
got little-
Oh yeah.
He has a stripe on his shoes.
He's got a little buckle he puts on there. That's how he goes so fast. Except in Sonic Adventure 2, he's wearing soaps because product placement. Those will never not be cool.
So if you were to run from there to right over there,
You wouldn't even see it. It'd be that
Would
fast.
it be a blur?
Yeah, it'd be nuts. It'd be a little blue blur.
Oh,
Black
nice.
blur.
The shoe shot over there.
Yeah. Oh. Why,
I think we should see it. I think we should see you in action.
I just thought of a new game we could play, Barbara, which is instead of explain this to a caveman, explain this to a good-looking person in a bar. Like, how does Miles explain this?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no, these were actually a limited edition run from Japan. Tokyo, great city over there. It's a very high quality,
You're
very
a world traveler.
You're avoiding video games at all costs.
it's based off of a digital sort of
You lost me.
Digital, yeah,
mascot.
Barbara, I just watched your eyes glaze over. Right?
You lost me.
Go on.
Digital.
Hey, you want to see a couple of amiibos I have back in my
There we go,
place?
buddy. There we go.
That's like 5 of them.
One of them, Sonic.
Sonic.
Man, we were. It's been a minute, but we were talking about facial hair earlier.
Yeah.
Mine can't grow back fast enough. I had to shave last week for the episode of On the Spot that comes out this week.
This week, yeah, that was supposed to come out last week.
Yeah. Hey, the internet's mean.
about you
I'm
having a
so
beard?
I'm so glad. I was talking about this with Kyle. I'm so glad I'm no longer a person with like cripplingly low self-esteem, because I was gonna be on Tuesday Night Game Fight with Michael the next day and was like, oh, people haven't seen me without my beard. That's gonna be all they talk about. Like, oh, I'll post like a Twitter picture or something, blah blah blah. And I know that like almost all of these were like said in jest.
Yeah.
But overwhelmingly, the response to a picture of me clean shaven was, ew, this makes me uncomfortable. I was like, oh,
They said
cool.
Oh, yeah. People, Barbara, you should know more than anybody else. People have no problems commenting on physical appearance.
Oh,
It's mainly just 'cause
try
it
being a
looks-
woman.
To be
I know.
fair, I agree,
bad.
and I don't like it one bit.
bad.
I look like Ted Mosby, and it's not a good look.
I think it's just because they're just not used to it.
That's like, do you guys have something that if you were to remove it from your physical appearance, that everybody would be weirded out and not happy by it?
I've changed my hair color once or twice over the last couple of years, and there's always people who have an opinion on what they think you need to look like, because
for sure.
because we are essentially like cartoon characters. We are on these shows that people know us for the way we look, and people draw us a certain way.
Sure.
And when you change something about that, it's like you're not the same person, and you should go back to the way you used to look.
I don't like change.
And it's like, normal people could dye their hair any color they want, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
You ever told it to somebody in real life, like someone you knew, when they did something, you're like, that's awful.
Unless they're just like, I don't know how I feel about my new hair color. What do you think?
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, they're
Even then, you're like, it
soliciting
looks
advice.
great.
Have you ever gone, like, up in a video and gone, I'm not sure about this hair color. Let me know what you think. Have you ever done that ever?
No.
It's completely unsolicited.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, comment box is there. People have to comment on something.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
people typically, the reason why, you don't have cripplingly low self-esteem, like you said, is because you've been through that process.
Yeah.
It's like after you read, 100,000 like negative comments, it's just like after a while you get a little numb to it, which I think sometimes it comes across as like that you don't care or you can't accept criticism, but it's actually the opposite. You learn how to like filter stuff and find out what the actual criticisms are.
Yeah.
And criticism's not necessarily a negative thing. Criticism is,
No, absolutely. There's the comments. There's the negative comments that will still stay with you because they're right.
Yeah.
Maybe they phrased it in a really like mean way, which that really upsets you. But at the end of the day, you're like, they had a point though. And those are the ones that like hang with you.
No, I think whenever someone's negative comment lines up with a negative opinion you have of yourself, that's when it's like it can hurt you.
It also sucks when like if someone makes a comment that you agree with, but the way that they said it was like very aggressive or like really rude, really pointed. It sucks because it's like I want to agree with you, but you were such an asshole about it. Now I almost don't, just to spite you.
It's that meme where it's like, you're not wrong, you're just an asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. People will listen to you if you're not a huge dick about it.
Right.
Otherwise, your defenses immediately go
But
up. And then
also-
it becomes an argument, not a discussion.
I think people also confuse criticism with what am I looking for? Like just insulting. Or just like, no offense, but blah blah blah. It's like if you have to start a sentence that way, it's probably not a good thing to say.
Like dear
Like the-
Sweet
like the
Tyler
phrase-
Coe at the top of the show.
Like the phrase, this isn't racist, but racist comment. Like always right after that. Like no one says, hey, I'm not racist, but I went shopping. Unless there's a reason to say that something's not racist. There's no reason to say it unless you're
Right.
about to say
Yeah.
something that's actually racist.
Like I've seen
Right.
comments that's like, no offense to Barbara, but she's not funny. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That is offensive to me.
Yeah, if I were to try and
No offense, but I'm tired.
take that comment,
Doesn't make any sense, right?
if I were to try and take the comment that they were trying to make and somehow make like, I guess it would be like, I like Barbara. Unfortunately, I don't enjoy her on the podcast. It's like the nicest way I think you could try and put that, which is like there's a better way to say stuff like that. I think it was actually in a recent episode of Game of Thrones where someone said like, hey, everything you say before the word "but" is bullshit. Okay,
Yeah.
just tell me what you're gonna say after the word "but."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that from? What was
I
it?
think it was in Game of Thrones.
Was
In
it
Game of Thrones?
I think someone was.
I think
telling that-
Tyrion said it, right?
Probably.
Spoiler. Tyrion's
He's
still
gonna
alive.
talk
Tyrion talks?
Yeah, Tyrion had some lines in this one. So I'm super excited about.
Oh, fuck off, Ted Mosby.
Ted Mosby.
NPH was way better. Everyone liked him better than
I
you.
also like how they talked about you looked like him without your beard, and they used a picture of you with your beard.
Yeah. Needs to come back faster.
All right, reaching the end of the podcast. Any final thoughts? Anybody? Last thing to discuss?
Nah.
No offense, but I think we should end it now.
No offense, but not to be racist, but the podcast is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
I had fun on it.
I had a good time too. We have a post show coming up.
Gavin and I had bevs the other day
Ooh.
Yeah.
after not hanging out for a while. Yeah,
How'd that go?
it was fun.
Was it just the two of you, or did you go with the
Just
group?
the two of us. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's nice. Where'd you guys go,
Like
if I
that
may
song.
ask?
We just
You-
went to the east side,
East Side?
East Austin.
And we're going to do it again soon.
There's something I got to point out.
Bev.
If you ever want to feel like what Austin was like, you know, people complain about a place that changes a lot, and Austin has arguably changed a lot, especially since I've been here. And if you ever want to see what Austin's actually like, we never talk about this place to go to eat. We didn't feature it in the food vlog or anything. But there's a local chain here called Thundercloud Subs. Ever been there?
Cloud subs. Yeah,
Yeah.
go get there.
I've never been there. I only go to Jersey Mike's.
Oh, there we go. Good point, Gavin. But people who listen to podcasts can't go to Thundercloud Subs in like Ohio or anything like that. You can go to Jersey Mike's there. But Thundercloud is so, I love it, so shitty.
I hate it.
They probably haven't opened a new location in 20 years, and they certainly haven't renovated any of their existing locations in that time. So you can walk into one, and it's exactly like it was in 1998. It's exactly the same as what Austin used to be
What's
like.
the problem
Probably
there?
with the same
No, I love
Okay,
it.
okay.
I love it.
Twice I've ordered a BLT with mustard. Right? Twice I've got bacon and mustard. That's not even it. Who has that in a sandwich?
They make the sandwich in front of you, though. Did
Literally
you just
in front
let
of you.
that happen?
I didn't go there. I gave the order to someone who went.
So it sounds like
Who, to
whoever you
Meg?
sent fucked up.
Whoever went there fucked it up.
Because I know
No.
Meg loves Thundercloud.
Here's how I can
Yeah.
guess what happened.
Whenever I go to
She
lunch
was
with
like-
Meg, that's where we'd go.
she was like, "You want anything from Thundercloud?" And I'd be like,
Oh, no.
"BLT." And then I get a bacon sandwich.
Well, then she's probably fucking it up.
No, she's not. She always says BLT.
Well, doesn't she watch them make it?
You literally
Yeah.
you stand there and watch them make it.
Yeah.
She's like 5'2".
Look at the eyes over the counter. That's it. Yeah, but it's like I was in one this last weekend with the kids. And I was like, yeah, this is just like this could have been 1998. I'm just sitting in here. It's the same like hippies behind the counter, all the
employees-
hand lettered signs. Somebody had repaired the drink cooler with like a wooden
It's also
knob.
people who've been working there for 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
The employees don't seem too enthusiastic about the work they're doing.
There-
Did you
there's
say you'd want some fluff with that? You just said fluff
I'd
with
want
that?
the correct sandwich. I don't think that counts as fluff, to be honest. Just
I
get
have
me
to
the
say though,
sandwich.
that's old school Austin. Like Austin, if you had to describe it in one word now, you'd probably use the word hipster.
Yes.
Whereas when I moved here, the word that you would use to describe Austin was slacker. And it was the huge slacker culture. Like the movie Slacker was shot here, Richard Linklater, which is a big reason why we're in the studios we're in now, is because of that movie. And the slacker culture was huge in Austin. Nobody gives a shit about anything. Amy's Ice Cream and Thundercloud Subs always had just the worst, unenthusiastic people working there.
My interaction with Amy's is super different. The first time I ever went to Amy's Ice Cream, they're like, "Do you want to see a trick?" I was like, "I didn't know this was part of the deal. I just
have,
wanted
like,
ice cream."
Trivia or something there. Like
So
they have like
they'll do
question of the
trivia,
day.
but like they do like I've been to 3 different locations and each one completely unsolicited. They're like, and it was late at night, but they're like, "Hey, doing some like trick scoop stuff."
Like there was one where they could throw it across the street. And catch
Yes,
it.
the
Yeah.
one over near Waterloo Records.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was like, tip. That was cool.
But the person's wearing like a 15-year-old T-shirt
Oh, yeah,
with
sure.
dreads and everything else. It's
There's
just like,
nothing wrong with t-shirt.
now I get you. But 15 years old. Have you had that T-shirt for 15 years?
No,
So paper thin, you can like see their nipples through it and all that.
we're getting there.
Not to be specific, but
They all have dreads?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, it's just like typical like Austin, just like
hippie.
hippie. Yeah, they're hacky sacking on the break, that kind of thing.
Hacky sacking and
I thought you said
smoking a
packy
doobie.
sacking. And I was
That
like,
would be
that's racist.
Oh yeah, that might be racist. Not
And
to be
on that
racist, but
note-
they were hacky sacking.
Not to be racist, but we should end the podcast.
We should end the not to be racist, but we should end the podcast and do the post show. All right, bye everybody.
See you next
Love
week.
you.
Look at the timing, perfect.
Mm.